let's start this thing off the wrong way. I need this set, so we're just going to break into it and go to work. We'll see what we get. All right, grab that out of there. Right. Okay. All right, so there's all kinds of long unboxing and immediate reaction to what you got in the box and volume and all that stuff about this 301-piece set. So I bought it for my truck, and I bought it because the regular price right now is $190. I use a 20% coupon in Harbor Freight, and so that dropped it down to whatever. And then I had a $10 gift certificate from being a Inside Track member, and I used that, so I paid $152. I live in a state with no tax, so flat money. And it was pretty much what I expected, and I'm damn happy with what I got for that amount of money to be a toolbox to sit in my truck. Things to know. When I opened it up, if I include that little bit here, I did film it, you'll see that there are pieces lying all over the inside. They don't have to. So if you fuss with it a little bit, you get it where it holds everything, at least this box. And I had to use it immediately. We had a little windstorm up here last week, messed up Mom's carport. Didn't feel like bringing my good tools out of my shop, so this was nearby in the car from when I bought it, and we used that. I used this crescent wrench, and I don't know what all else out of here. Screwdriver, a couple odds and ends. Oh, a 1/4-inch socket, 10 millimeter, and the 1/4-inch drive. No issue. I didn't expect there would be. So here's the things that I believe. I believe that these are homeowner variety. This top shelf is homeowner variety stuff. There's nothing here that's going to last forever. I certainly wouldn't take it into a power plant, but it'll work fine in your garage or rattling around the back of a truck like mine. I'm going to dump those Allen wrenches in the home for lost toys because they're pointless. There's a set here, short ones, albeit, but there's a set here, and these are indicated by size, and they have a holder, so they're not going to get all crazy in here. These plastic bag loose ones, they're just not going to survive. The bag won't survive. They won't survive. They'll end up splayed around, rattling around in here, just a waste of time. So they're going away. These jewelers, screwdrivers, sure, they're never going to do me any good in a truck. Do somebody some good, I suppose. And I have a set just like them that's, in its own kit in my shop. So I got nothing bad to say about them. They're not industrial quality, but look at them. They're toothpicks. They're not supposed to be. These are nowhere near the kind of quality that I expect when I'm working on engines and motorcycles and whatnot. But again, back of my truck, side of the road, wire stripping, fussing around, pulling on something, holding it in place while I deal with it, whatever. Yeah, fine. These wrenches, pointless for me. I have two 20-piece sets, metric and standard, and rolls in the truck already. So these are space filler. Actually, I wish there was something else I could do with the tray. I may try. I don't know, if I get run out of projects in the middle of winter, maybe I'll whittle on this thing and make this into some kind of tray that's useful for something else. These function. They're 12-point, useless, and they're just your basic junk China wrenches. They'll do the job in a pinch, but if I got to cut them up to do something or something, that's where I'm going to go to do it. This thing is not going to last forever, but they made an effort, and it's working so far, and I don't have much use to get inside here. There will come a time, I'm sure, when I get inside here to do stuff, but some of these things are never going to see the light of day on the end of a wrench. They're just going to sit there. there's some stuff in here that kind of drove me to buy it. The larger size Allens and Torx were, if you bought them separately from a reputable brand, you pay dozens of dollars for for those sizes. The rest of it, probably never going to use it. The knuckles, sure, they'll work out. I wouldn't put a breaker bar on them, but I wouldn't put a breaker bar on any knuckles really, unless they're impact knuckles. So that's it for them. Where are we? We're with the sockets. Well identified. I'm old. My eyes aren't good, and yet I can read these now. They're not going to wear off in time. They're not color coded, so that's not going to peel off or disappear. They'll get rusty, I'm sure. They kind of rolled the cart near a chrome vat more than put it through a chrome vat, I'm sure. Right here are 3 8-point sockets that somebody smarter than me will know the reason why they're in there. I don't see any point in those. There are some 12-point sockets, a few. Most of this set is, where am I? Most of this set is 6-point. It's hard to find something that isn't. Down here on the quarter sizes, there's some 12 points, but not a lot. Most of this is 6-point, and 6-point is it. Nothing else really matters. Ratchets turn at, I don't know what these are, 72 tooth, maybe 80 tooth. I don't know. I could look on the box, but their ratcheting is sufficiently ratioed that there's no reason for 12 points. If you can't get to that nut with a 6-point socket and the ratchets that are in this set, you got more issues than whether they're 6 or 12. So that's it for the 3/8 and the 1/4 inch. Pretty good set of wrenches. Nothing fancy. A couple of size adapters. That's good news. Basic extensions. Nothing fancy there. Really, side of the road stuff should be enough. 3/8 breaker bar. Why? I don't know. But it is what it is. There's no 1/2-inch breaker bar in here. Fortunately, I don't leave home without one, so for me it's a non-issue, and I'm not going to forsake a 3/8 breaker bar that was in this set. Moving over to the 1/2-inch, it's more of the same. Reasonably good quality. Chrome's not going to last forever. Sockets appear to be all 6-point in the 1/2-inch side. Good meaty socket. I guess I should note that this box isn't really going to hold these sockets in. They're not forced into place. They're there from gravity. That's why you have the sponges that go between each section. Yes, right out of the box when we were doing this, my grandson instantly ripped one of the sponges. So be it. No big deal. If it comes down to it, it'll be a piece of rubber or something down the road. But they need to be in there. And everything fits in well. I'm doing this one-handed, so I'm not going to fuss with it. But it is, like I said, long. There are long reviews. I'm telling you about the quality of the tools out of the gate. You can look at all the shiny stuff on other websites and hear guys go on about whether they're a good starter set. Yeah, hell, they're a great starter set. Some 50 years ago, maybe, my first starter set was in a metal box that I had to put together because Sears and Roebuck didn't sell sets. Plastic was not a thing, certainly, but at that point. And things rattled around in the box. You had some odds and ends in there. You stole some stuff from your old man. You did what you had to do to get your set together. Right out of the gate, if I was a young guy and I had $150, I would forsake all others. I mean, there's no point. What's the point of paying Sears $200 for a bunch of battery-operated gun bits and even more Allen wrenches than are in this thing to get Stanley tools out of the deal. Why pay Snap-on? What would this be from Snap-on? Let's face it, this would be 800, a grand, I don't know, somewhere upwards of that all day long. So for a starter set that you're going to lose half of because you're young and you're going to leave it about, your buddies that don't have tools are going to borrow it and all that crap, and that's what you're going to end up with is a box that's half full. So yeah, old guy like me, back of my truck, perfect. Somebody steals it, what do I care? I'll go buy another one. Young guy, short on cash, trying to get going doing this stuff. This is a good assortment. Not top quality. Don't be surprised if you break something. Keep your receipt. Go back down to Harbor Freight and get yourself a replacement. And Bob's your uncle. That's it.